Hey, what's up? Um, this is a message that I would like to send to the president because it's very disturbing dealing with situations as a melanated, quote unquote, black man here in America. Hopefully, this message reach you. Now, at this point, I am personally begging the government. I'm literally begging the government. I'm not the type to ask for much. I'm not the type to ask for anything, to be honest with you. But I do pray. And that's something that the government basically pushed out there and instilled in a lot of us African American individuals. At this point, I'm begging the government to stop. And when I say stop, I mean put an end to it. I mean, come on. There's no other way to put it. Not put a hold on it, nothing. Just stop. End. End. Put it in. Stop being inhumane. Please stop being inhumane in regards to humanity. Because mankind, it's more so at an extension level event. Okay, you kill a black person, quote unquote, another one is born every second. You just keep killing, keep killing, keep killing, keep killing, keep killing, and that's gonna be American legacy? Come on, think about it. It's so much, the world itself don't have time to waste on taking productive lives, taking the lives of humanity. And I'm asking you, no, I'm begging, I'm literally begging Mr. President, the government that backs the president, to please stop being humane in regards to humanity. It's hard to come out with this stuff because the visions that's in my head, it just keep going and going and going and going. Imagine just you being of a quote unquote race in a racialism society, and you just seeing humanity just constantly die, just poof, vermouth, gone. It's like a constant war, more so genocide. But you, you let your officials, not only let them, it's getting to the point where we have no choice but believe that you guys are directing them, because we can't say, oh, well, it's an isolated event. This is on a regular, constant basis. That's one, two. This is one of the only. I'm gonna get into all of that. But please stop being inhumane to humanity. You have officers, and the officers is organized as a frat, and they feel like they're the biggest frat out there. And they feel out there their duty is to back their brothers as if they're in the army, and the enemies are regular people like them. It's crazy. People like them, maybe even more so better than them. But just because the color of their skin. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Please, I'm begging. I'm literally begging. Government, could you guys please stop the mass killings, man? Please. Save lives. Save humanity. This is inhumane. I mean, what do you think other countries want to think about, or even look at you guys as? And think about it. If you did rub other countries the wrong way, and they literally see how you treating people in your own country, the world is evolving. It's getting smaller. And America is looking more so like a bully. And these other countries, a lot of them is against bullying. They evolve. America hasn't. It continues. And I'm not even going to say just America, because what happens in America affects Europe as a continent. That's something to think about. That's something to really think about. Trust. That's something to think about. But it's a lot of stuff that I'm going to press upon that's to think about. And that's real spit. Could you please, can you guys please make officers accountable for their actions? Unless you guys are backing that up, which is looking like, because the countless lives lost, endless possibilities in the drain. What quote unquote made America one of the greatest countries in the world, the government is allowing these officers, or ordering these officers, to eliminate. That doesn't make sense, because if America falls, Europe as a whole falls. And that's a fact. That's logical. The stuff that I'm saying is stuff that the majority of anybody with common sense would know. That's like 1 + 1. You can't get that little problem together. It all trickles down. It all trickles down. And breaking it down, you guys will literally see what I mean when I say that it all trickles down. You know, you say, oh, I'm gonna, another black man shot dead, another black woman shot dead, unarmed, or they was armed, they had this, they had that. Listen, at the end of the day, if I was an officer, I wouldn't have to walk around with a gun, like in most countries. But I'm gonna get into that. These super officers, they're the cartoon superheroes in real life, supposedly. Nobody see it as that. The real heroes, they say, are the doctors that actually save lives. You know, the ones that's not racist, that literally save lives in the hospital, make the right decision, regardless of race. We all are from Africa. Get that in your head. We all are from Africa. That's a fact. According to genetics, we're not old Neanderthals, or we cavemen. Nah, that ain't how we rock. That's definitely not how we rock. We're not cavemen. You know, like I said, according to genetics, we are all Africans. But what makes it unique is we are all Africans here in America. Now, for the people who don't want to recognize themselves as Africa and call themselves all other different types of racial groups, showing that they love racialism from taxonomy, like, come on now. You're actually dividing people, human beings, humanity into races in order to discriminate? Like, really? Like, we've done evolved. This is 2020 and beyond. Like, grow up. We still living in the caveman era? I mean, come on now. And you can't dispute genetics. We're all African. The ones that are in America are considered African American. For the ones who want to consider themselves, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that. Oh, yeah. I'm superior, I'm supremacy. Come on, that sounds crazy. It sounds like a person who's stuck in a time warp with mental issues, but yet it's still, you want to say the quote unquote people who embrace where they come from. Insane. Wow. Just, man, listen. Genetics. You can't be mad at genetics. That's facts. But, like I said, 95% of quote unquote black people, 95% of black people, quote unquote black people, because the only black people live in America. Remember, that was a Latin term, Negro, black. That was a Latin term that was given to that group of royals that were imprisoned, brung over here, and took over the Indians to make America first 13 continents. You understand? Then they signed treaties, quote unquote treaties, by the European nations, colonies at that point, where everyone could live in peace. But instead, slave train, oh man, slave chains, you name it. But I'm not even going to go that route. You know, that's a civil rights era. But I wanted to press upon something that's, if what I was saying wasn't deep enough, hence what I'm saying in regards to this. 95% of quote unquote black people, 95%, do the math, 95% of blacks, which is an American term, right, are interracially mixed. And when I say interracially mixed, when they was brought, when their forefathers, well, their forefathers was kings and queens and emperors and empress, had dynasties and all that. But I'm not even going to go that route. I'm literally going to say, when they got here to America, Christopher Columbus even died. You know, I'm not even going to go into it, but Christopher Columbo, facts showed that dude passed away from sexing the quote unquote enslaved prisoners that formed the first 13 colonies of America. That's so deep. Because at the end of the day, we all from Africa. We are from Africa. And now, the lengthy time, 240 years of Americanism. Throughout that time, all the interracial dating, the quote unquote imprisoned slaves having children by their slave masters, quote unquote. This is stuff that they don't like throwing up in history that's already out there. If I was completely my African form, I would not be this tan, beautiful complexion. I would literally be a more browner, undiluted, beautifuler complexion. But due to the fact of interracialism, over and over and over and over and over and over. The average quote unquote black African American in America has a quote unquote, what do you say, European last name. Why? Not just because that was the slave master last name. No, that's because those quote unquote slave masters was having a field day, having sex, and having children. And a lot of us, the majority of us, are the children of that. So we would be considered we are a mixed race, quote unquote race. We're mixed, but there's only one race, the human race. And it's just so crazy. We're all mixed with quote unquote European, Caucasians. So wait a minute. You're allowing the police, right, the government, to literally gun down and kill their offsprings. I mean, I know y'all allow it with Planned Parenthood and abortions, which is a whole nother topic. But to literally 95% of quote unquote black people are mixed. From some hillbilly that didn't give a damn, or some Lily who enjoyed the fruit of being with her fellow African American brother or sister, vice versa. And not quote unquote all quote unquote Caucasians, which they want to call it, are on some racist stuff that are officers. Some have good deeds. Some know how to shadow themselves. But for the most part, when you got it in you, you got it in you. See, this is 2020 and beyond. The world is changing. Nature is changing. If we don't rise to the occasion, we could lose the world. Let alone America. We could lose the world. Let alone a continent, we can lose the world. And if we lose that world, you think, oh, well, at least my kid's gonna be in Mars or this, that, and the third, out of space. Who told them that? Who told them that? Everybody got a history. People smile in your face, but they will get you when they find the right time. If there's gripes, trust. Trust. Kind of like what America claimed these quote-unquote racists are doing to us for no reason. Or claiming it's reasons of the past. It's crazy. Crazy. We can't live like Neanderthals. It's 2020, man, and beyond, man. Living like cavemen. I mean, constant war within our own nation. That's crazy. Most countries aren't doing that. But, only a retarded, a stupid country would do something that idiotic. I mean, think about it. Yo, every country, for the most part, is trying to survive or evolve. But this country is like, they do what they want to do, like everyone else. But what they want to do is make moves happen. America, there's things about it to love. But the majority of things, as a melanated person, you really can't. You don't have, imagine you have a European finding out any of the stuff that's happened to an African American happening to them. They would lose their mind. They would never be the same. An African American lose their mind, They getting gunned down, locked up, thrown in jail, drugged out, you name it. It's just, we can't live like Neanderthals. It's not that type of party. It's washed if you literally think about it. That's washed up. It really is. That's washed up. But come on. It's 2020. Let's get rid of the cavemanism and the Neanderthalism. Could we at least do that? Government, Mr. President, I'm begging. I mean, real talk. Word, see? A lot of the stuff that goes on in my head, I'm literally writing, calling out, whatever the form and expression it is, I'm asking you, the government, the president, to please, and when I say please, I'm not used to begging. So, this is something where you can say, okay, dude was begging. Life or death, he was begging. Yeah, I'm begging. I'm begging. I'm begging for the many lives lost. And I'm begging for the possible future lives lost. Because the government could put an end to it. You, the president, could put an end to it. And we can overcome as a whole. Yeah, I'm really begging. I'm begging. You can sit there and say, oh, he's begging. Yeah, I'm not the type to beg for anything. I'm really not. But I'm begging for the lives lost. I'm begging for possible future lives lost. I'm begging. I'm really begging. When a melanated man, a black man or black woman is gunned down, chokehold, beat down by officers, other human beings, with the authority of the government, that's not a singular. That's not a singular officers. Oh, that officer, we'll get rid of that officer and give him a promotion to a district attorney, or we'll literally let him be the sheriff in another county. Yeah, that's what we'll do. No, I'm literally asking. I'm begging. Please. With the excuses, I mean, we done heard them all. Oh, it's a lack of training. Oh, you guys taking an agility test. Security guards ain't killing people like you guys. And in most countries, the police are ran like security guards. It's no fraternal, we got this badge of honor, it's us against them. It's none of that. And then to go home and say, my husband or my wife, my spouse is a police officer, I have pride, they here to protect everyone. And if we don't protect, or if you're against us, then we'll make sure that you're not protected, even though your tax dollars pay for it. And you know what, at the end of the day, you're paying tax dollars for us to really inflict deadly assaults upon you. Doing this to the children. Little black kid, pow, shot by police officers. Oh, the little kid had a toy gun. Wait a minute, so you actually had a bunch of powder guns in your trunk and you put it there? Oh, nobody saw it but me. Oh, I called it in. Yeah, wait a minute, how come you called it in? The autopsy said that he died like 2 hours ago. You said it was just now. You know, all this conflicting stories. Because the stories conflict because lies upon lies upon lies. It done became just a normal thing. And it's like, no, it's not the particular officer. It's not. It's not. That's basically like if a child start wilding out, chances are it's the parental. It's their upbringing. You got to look at the parents. You got to look at the force, especially in this situation, because they're not being penalized for it. They're being promoted for it. But, you know, I'm going to get into all of that. You know, it's not a singular officer, X, Y, and Z. It's man, listen. It's deeper than that. It's so deep where you have a lot of quote unquote, I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't think nobody is gonna touch it the way that I'm touching it. But think about it. A lot of mothers, I'm gonna say white mothers, Caucasian, right? A lot of white mothers, Caucasian mothers. I'm specifically stating them to get to a point. A lot of white mothers and a lot of white fathers are watching their interracial, quote unquote, interracial black child. Their black children being murdered, slaughtered. They see the indisparities firsthand. You think they take pride in that? Not at all. This is their offspring. This is their future. This is the reason why they're living. To kill your own. When you have an officer who's allowed to kill at will, that officer gets the authority to do so by the higher uppers. If the government say stop killing black people, the police will stop it. But it ain't just a word of mouth. It's, oh, you get treated like a regular human being. See, this is the technicality. Oh, if you're an officer, you were just doing your job. And your job was to kill them. No, there's limitations to it. But America did not set no limitations. They basically said, do you, for the most part. You can sit up there and try to create a paper trail or whatever, but the facts of the matter is, you allow them to do it. You not only allow, but you prompt them to inflict this upon humanity. And you know, you got people in the communities like, it's genocide. What are America doing? Population control by killing these people? I mean, having them eat the wrong things and go to the hospital where they practice racism in a hospital and they let them die there. Put them in jails where they do racism, let them die there. I mean, it's deep. Me as a quote unquote, if I was a white guy, quote unquote white guy, I would be pissed if I had a child by a quote unquote black woman or mulatto woman or whatever, and that child was gunned down, violated, imprisoned, given poisonous food, children taken away from them by children's services off of false statements, just anything. It's such a slew of things. Oh, he committed suicide. When the partners is laughing about how we literally inflicted this stuff so that this person will die. Oh, this person died of a drug overdose. Yo, Ray, I heard you injected that dude Johnny with that needle. He died of overdose. That was a good one. Come on. I would be, and this is America? This is America, where you got the law that literally allows them to kill at will. That is not what's up. Killing at will? Really? Without a penalty. Without a penalty. The whole department should be penalized because they're fraternal. They're employees. I know if I was at work and I killed somebody, they wouldn't say, well, you know, that was his job. No, they would literally say, oh, but it's allowed if you're a police officer here in America? Come on, man. That's crazy. I guarantee you if a black officer shot a quote-unquote white person on duty, I guarantee you that ass will get penalized. I guarantee you that real quick. Shoot, I know a lot of people on the force, especially black officers who actually got shot and killed dead by quote-unquote their fraternal white officers. And while the parents suffer and the families suffer, oh, it was friendly fire. Oh, a gang member did it, but we didn't catch him. Oh, we picked him up. This crackhead got mental illness. He don't know what the hell is going on. You just put somebody there. Come on, man. That's not what's up. And then they come up with their own statistics. That's what be crazy. And then the local news don't want to put out the facts. Like, come on, y'all spend a whole lot of money to pump what y'all want locally. And what you see in one county, you don't see throughout the rest of the world. It's just whatever that monolithic rich group want to pump at that moment that'll get them to receive revenue, money, or whatever other benefits that works for them off the backs of hurting and killing quote-unquote blacks. It's crazy. That's what this country become. A country where it's not survival of the fittest, where it's more so the bully continues to enjoy and act like this is what it really is. We human beings, we're animals, and whoever's the Lion King wins. Rah! Even if the lion ain't even fighting a fair fight. You know, it kind of remind me of this movie, Gladiator. You know, it was stab him, you know what I mean? It's crazy. But 85% of the deadly assaults are weaponless victims. It's crazy. And the majority of the police assaults, African American, and we don't even make up of a large population here in America, unless you literally look at genetics and see that we're all African American. It's just facts. But some people say, are you an activist? Are you a revolutionary? Are you an advocate? I'm all the above, man. You name it, I'm all the above. You know, whatever you say I am. You know, it's up to you, because you're gonna make your decision regardless. But I'm asking you as a government official, as the president. As a president, I'm asking. Now, I don't know if this is gonna reach you, but I'm asking. That's all I could do, is ask. Because, you know, and it's not war. It's not war. War is when you're fighting against somebody who's fighting back. Who's fighting back. Who can't be penalized for fighting back. Now that's war. You want to say, yeah, we fighting this war. That's not war. You get looked at like a clown. Wait a minute. You got guns and grenades and all of this to go to war with a person who's sitting in a wheelchair, a paraplegic in a wheelchair? Because that's the situation that African Americans are. You say, oh, they got guns, it's gun violence. Who gave them guns? Who pumped that? I'm just gonna go deep into it. Like I said, it's not war when I say it's not war. Police, well, officers, a lot of the officers inflicted war against quote unquote blacks, African Americans. But these African Americans didn't, even though they didn't incite any war, they don't literally participate in this war. So it's kind of hard. But see, as an African American, it's war against us. We're not fighting back. That's called bullying. When you got a bully that's come picking on somebody and that person ain't picking back on you. It's against the law to get back at them, but it's the law to get at them. So the law is the ones who are allowing them to do this. That's just facts. Everybody know this. Everything that I'm saying, man, listen, everything that I'm saying, it ain't like the average person didn't say already. It's just facts, war. It kills me because I'm thinking that there's so many lives that are lost due to these deadly assaults by officers, man. It's like, it's daily where I'm from. It goes on daily. I did some documentaries in regards to dailies, but not just, the documentary just elaborates, it just give a general, it doesn't give everyday accounts. It give account of throughout the years, but every day a brother or sister could tell you, yo, that cop just popped him. Oh, that cop just yoked him up and killed him. Yo, hey, mass incarceration. Oh, it was massive deaths. Yeah. How you gonna have guns? Listen. How you gonna have guns pointing at people who not pointing guns back at you? Oh, it looked like a weapon. Come on now. Majority of African Americans are scared to walk around with guns because they made it against the law. Y'all done literally prompted us to get years in jail and destroy our entire future because we carry it. But if you're quote unquote white, you have all access and rights to guns. It's crazy, and the majority of the people on the force are quote unquote white. The majority of superiors at all of these businesses in America are white, especially the forces. And it's like everybody noticed it ain't nothing. There's a whole lot of documentaries out there and messages and so on and so forth to government officials addressing this issue. But this is basically my address to you guys. They take pride in what they do. I mean, how could you shoot them up? How could you kill defenseless people? I mean, defenseless people. Some quote unquote hillbillies would call us all types of racist names like super predators. Those are the ones who are retarded, ignorant, they underhanded. They the type who would have secret services kill anybody secretly and make it look like it was a gang homicide or they killed themselves or this person wrote a note or it's this, that, and the third, all types of movie scene type BS. Oh, he accidentally died. Oh, all types of bullcrap that we clearly, because we see it so much, we clearly know about all this BS. They get rewarded for doing that. So if they get rewarded for doing what they're doing, then obviously who they getting rewarded by? The government, the authority, who allows it, who pumps it. And I'm asking you, as a head of the authority, Mr. President, could you please stop them from killing us? Real talk. Yeah, man, stuff is wild. It's just wild. I'm asking you as a government official because, you know, there's a lot of underhanded stuff that's going on. And this country could be so much better, so much bigger. The infrastructure is falling apart. The government is divided. A divided country cannot stand. They say, oh, well, if you got pockets of division, it's divided. Even each state is divided. Each state, you hear it? Each state. That means different states, United States. That's automatically division. When you say states, that's an oxymoron. United States. States, I can see if you said it's a United State of being, or United State, but states, you got different states. And when you have different, the difference is the difference. And see, at that point, that's where you have it. The difference is an indifference. I mean, you have officers who play the quota game, and it's not a game. Oh, it's not a game. That quota system, that pushed mass incarceration. Listen, mass incarceration. All right, in the Emancipation Proclamation, there was an addendum that basically said that people were not to be enslaved. But due to that addendum within it, it specifically stated that unless they are incarcerated, right? So you have a racist politician or racist politicians, lawmakers, who literally say, okay, well, we're going to violate that. Check this out. We're going to make a bill for mass incarceration. So now they done transform slavery into mass incarceration. Now, when you have this mass incarceration, that basically means you're a slave again, because now you have a rap sheet. Now, with a record, there's a possibility you can't drive. 95% chance. If you can't drive or get a driver's license, a lot of these jobs require you to have a driver's license. You see what I'm saying? It's an oxymoron. So basically, they set it up so that if you get locked, well, they be like, then don't get locked up. Well, as a melanated individual with laws structured around your naturalities, and it's getting inflicted only upon you. It ain't like these, you literally got African Americans who literally say, oh, I don't want no problem with the police. I love the police. They got police officers in their family and still getting locked up like crazy. When you got officers that got to find out that their children are locked up, getting beat up in jail by officers, this, that, and the third. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Quote us some mass incarceration, stop and frisk. I mean, come on. That stuff didn't stop. I mean, to fill the jails. So now you done killed the whole lot of population. Did the jail stop? No, because you're trying to prep them for the future to put them in jail. Come on, this is crazy. Figure you got a method to build buildings, so you no longer need African Americans to build buildings. They did more than just build buildings. They built the technology. They built this whole city we call America. Built this on, man, listen, they built it on concrete, rock and roll. Yeah. Yeah, like I was saying, man. You know, it's that the quota system. You know what I'm saying? It's 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 not a game. They will literally, I mean, like I was saying, when they said that the Emancipation Proclamation was to end slavery, it had the addendum that basically stated if you were arrested, then you consider a slave again and you lose the prospect of everything. For eternity, though, the way that the new America put it, they more so put it as in, okay, if you get locked up, that even don't mean that you paid your debt to society. Even though 95% of the time the people getting locked up for stuff they be happy when they actually find somebody. I really caught them doing a crime, a heinous crime. But come on, for the most part, you're not gonna tell me that America has about 70% Caucasian population, but yet it's still 85% of the jail population is African American. That's genocide. That's a fact. I mean, that ain't fiction, that's a fact. Anybody, and you know, Mr. President, the government, that be, you know, if y'all sitting here watching this, it's crazy. You got officers who feel you're not a seasoned officer if you don't kill somebody. Even, and the crazy thing about it is, even officers, some of them in suburbia areas, they get along with the people because they actually doing what they supposed to be doing. That's police in the area. They don't even have to walk around with their guns. They got the little kids wanting to be officers. But here, man, listen, here in the majority of America where there's quote unquote minorities, it's a whole different ball game. Oh, you're not a seasoned cop. New York, you go to New York, yeah, the bustling crimes, yeah, you can kill a nigga and get away with it, ha, 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 yeah. You know what I mean? Yo, by the time I give it 10 years, you done caught a few bodies, ha, ha. That ain't cool. That's whack. That's limbo lame stuff. And nobody have the balls to tell y'all that's lame stuff. You know what I mean? And that's a fact. Other officers will literally say, yo, y'all are lames. Oh, but then y'all turn around and say, but wait a minute, how you calling me a lame? We're fraternal. It's bugging. Fraternal is humanity. It is. Friendly fire against a fellow officer. If you don't agree with what they saying, you better be worried because you might get caught up in a friendly fire situation. Man, these they want to be armed. They consider armed forces because they walking around with arms. And that's the way they see it. They literally like, yo, we're armed forces. We're walking around with arms. They catching more bodies than cats in the military. Yo, it's crazy. Dude died in his cell. We don't know what happened. Dude committed suicide. I mean, he's in a 6-foot cell, but he hung himself high. Come on now. Straight weirdo. Word. Other people in the country next to you look and laugh. They're getting rich off of the stupidity here in America. Like, wow, can't believe you're doing them dirty like that. Y'all got y'all karma coming to y'all. Y'all do it. It's in line in my pocket. We're allies. Wherever we got beef, if we want to rob, rape, and steal stuff, we're going to call our armed forces because we know you guys are good for that. And y'all got some of those jigaboo people in your armed forces. This is the new millennium. The armed forces ain't even the same. And they figure, oh, well, the armed forces ain't the same, so it won't be physical military stuff, so we could kill our physical source, which was the melanated, quote-unquote, black man, African Americans, who represented hard for us, that scared the rest of the world. Nah, it don't rock like that. Don't rock like that. Look at all the inventions. The reason why America haven't evolved the way that it thought it would be is because of this regime of which we call a government. And that's real talk. I got nothing but love for America. But this government, the most part, they know they'll give themselves a failing grade. They know that for a fact. Oh, but it's great. We're united. Pop. We're still united. Pop. Oh, we're still. Wait a minute. We got the money and everything. Y'all don't. Y'all could die for $10. Just straight retarded. I mean, come on now. It's a wake-up call, man. It's really a wake-up call. It's an friendly fire. They don't call it an assault on an officer. Friendly fire. Wow. The type of cats who go play a video game and they supposed to work as a team, but they walking around killing each other. Oh, I got him! I got him! Like, no, the game is to pass the board to move further. Man. And they don't, yo, like, at the end of the day, the government, please, Mr. President, please, hear me out. These so-called officers could be killing the next president. They thinking they killing the people who actually think outside the box and will literally become politicians XYZ to put an end to their craziness. So they'll kill them off. They'll do anything to try to shut them down so that they think that it will never stop. They will be able to continue to keep doing this. And that's what other countries is building high technology, while America and Europe as a continent is focusing on breaking down what little they have. At the end of the day, where are Europeans going to go when after they so-called rid all of quote-unquote blacks they could think of, which will never happen because that's humanity. They don't realize that they're black too. But, I mean, just common sense, common logic. We're not black, I'm white, even though my skin is pink. I'm white, even though my skin is pale. I'm white, even though my skin is light skin. I want to define me as a color. Huh. Picture that with a Kodak. Nah, man. Like I said, they could be killing the next president, mayor. They like, yeah, it's cool because they like, yo, at the end of the day, we can't afford for another nigga president. Nah, son, nah, that ain't the American way. And it's crazy to say that the American, this is, in all actuality, everybody knows, for the most part, that, quote unquote, you want to call us black people in America had fought and won the first 13 colonies that formed America. So this would be considered our country. Everybody knows that. They like, yo, I want y'all to be dumb. 2020, I want y'all to be dumb. If we're dumb, then that means the whole Europe is dumb. And when the whole Europe is dumbing down and trying to sound intelligent when they not, their actions speak louder than words. And while people telling them, yeah, what you're doing is really good. Yeah, what you're doing is really good. Not until their eyes get ready to shut do they realize, yo, we done fucked up here. Yeah. Try to put on TV, local TV. Oh, the rest of the world is in poverty. They live in dirt. Don't go there. Yo, they use the bathroom inside little holes in the ground. Every world outside of America is a third world country. Unless you're their allies. Like, how do you take pride in killing the fabric of America? The core of Europe. Like, am I that big brother that literally have to sit up and tell you, hey, hit you upside the head and say, stop it, Johnny. Stop having sex with your sister. I mean, come on. You got to deal with facts, not with fiction, man. It's all facts, man. You could be killing the person who would be creating the knowledge, like the black sisters who literally helped in reference to the first space launch or something. The calculations was off the... Man, listen, I'm not even going to go into that. But we could be flying in jets and cars. You probably done killed the person who actually could have came up with that. Oh, Lil Weeby from down the block couldn't have come up with that. Why not? You say, hey, what some of these brothers guys say when they high. That I guarantee you the Jets, that cartoon, man. Here's yo, that cartoon was probably off of a brother that was hot as hell, talking about flying cars and all that hot stuff. Cars, we got that to rock. We got just about everything in here to rock. You know, the Allies love all the stuff that we created. But yet it's still, if you look around you, your allies ain't got all of this jail population. Your allies know that they're African. How you gonna be in the 2020 and don't know where you came from? Then again, we know that human beings came from Africa. I mean, I guess it's the people who are inhuman or inhumane. They came from Spacely Sprocket or the Cop Mountains, whatever. But the murders, I keep having the image of my relatives who getting popped right in front of me by cops. My friends. Society. And it's not just the black-white thing. You literally got quote-unquote Caucasian white people getting popped by cops left and right. Kill. They consider he's white, he's our own, so you killing your own. He's an officer, friendly fire. So you doing that now? You want to be that man? Huh? That's as you get older, a lot of these people in power could care less about their children. And see, anybody with common sense know the children are the future. And if you damage them as adolescents, where does that future stand? It's common sense. Killing off all of these black people, quote unquote black people, they African, so they always gonna be here. And they always gonna dominate. The people that you literally say are black, white people are black, they African. As a matter of fact, they are African. A lot of them are African. A lot of quote unquote white people, Caucasian people, Europeans are literally African. Well, we are Africans. Africans who actually enslaved quote unquote white people in Africa. If that's where the madness come from. As a matter of fact, not only that, which everybody around the world know, even during the American Revolution, Christopher Colombo people and all of that. Know what I mean? Yo, Latins was bombing on the quote-unquote Caucasians. It was Caucasians bombing on Caucasians. But yet still, human taxonomy. Divide people into races, and then you would be able to divide and conquer. And you could manipulate them by saying that we're a united front. Where's your unification? Brothers is brothers, man. That's naturally in our blood. We unite. We go anywhere and shine. So much for Mr. Bad Guy. Like I said, man, the murders have a trickling effect. You could be... And the trickling effect goes throughout the entire Europe. As mixed race, it goes throughout the world. It goes throughout the world. Oh, America is the world police. They blowing all of their money on killing. They even killing their own people. They're not involved in anything. When America was started, it was built to evolve. It would have been the #1 country in the world. Yeah, you can say it's the #1 country. Everything is imported from everywhere else. It's not just geographical. Everything is imported from everywhere else. Where do you get that at? I love America. You know what I mean? It's where I was born. You know. Most white people would tell you, yo, with America, they got a love-hate relationship with this country. Just like sports team. And the loyalty, a lot of times lies in line with their pockets. You ask a quote unquote European or a white person, yo, do you have any black in your blood? An ignorant one to say, no, I don't. No, actuality, they made the term black. Do you have any African in you? Oh yeah, that's where my grandmas came from. Oh yeah, that's where my grandpa. But they not gonna tell those quote unquote white supremacists, no, of authority. Oh no. they make it seem like killing fellow Americans, forget fellow Americans at this point, killing humanity is patriotic. There's nothing patriotic with killing humanity. That's crazy. That's real crazy. That's craziness. And that's a fact. You literally killing, let me get this straight. You killing children of fellow officers. That's how deep it is. Killing the children of fellow officers, right? So now you killing the children of fellow officers. You killing vets. I mean vets. These people are the people that allow America to continue killing black people. And they say that the vets is actually working to make America great again. And they died for this country. And then they look and they like, yo, I died for this country and this country killing me. They killing my children. They killing my legacy. They could care less. You think when America is gone, the rest of the world is going to miss America? No. You think when Europe as a whole is twist, you got to think about it. In little America, that's the biggest force in Europe. You can combine all the forces. The most powerful force is here in America. Now, you X that force out. Come on now. I speak to officers. Officers are like, yo, wait a minute. If we came to do the killing, then we'd have joined the army. They want to kill people that's unarmed. The ones who doing it. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy, but it's facts. Dispute it. You can't dispute factuality. You can't. You don't live with that. If I pop somebody, I could walk around with a smile. But that person is dead. His family is dead. Her family is dead. That's not cool. Killing children of fellow officers. And could kill less. And the officers got a hold that, eat that. My little nephew got popped by a cop. You're killing the children of judges. Of judges. Vets, like I said. Politicians who actually funnel you guys the money, man. And the first thing you say is, when I become a mayor, when I become a president, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kill a nigga. I'm gonna increase policing and put niggas in jail. You know, what? Hillbilly nation? What in tarnation? Man, listen. And these are politicians that strongly support the force. You literally Xing out those people. You asking them, you like chopping their heads off. Like, yo, these are their children. Think what you think a local PBA card gonna do? These dudes is getting violated. Think about it. And then they got a system. If you get locked up, this is the crazy thing. They lock you up. You can't dispute it. Not really. Because you know what happens? The police officer, right? The police officer agreed to an oath of brotherhood. So he's fraternal. He's quote unquote a civil servant, the law, right? So now he locks you up. He got chunked up charges that his superior officer helped him create. And now he literally goes to the district attorney and say, hey, this is the charge against dude. The district attorney ain't gonna look at it and throw it out. The district attorney is gonna try to find a way to help build it, which they've been known to doing. Even if they gotta plant stuff on you. Even if they gotta use that misdemeanor against you to increase the charges and time. But you know, that's 2020, but yeah, it's still double jeopardy. That's double jeopardy. You was locked up before, we're using this against you to increase it because getting locked up twice, that increased the time. Wait a minute, ain't that double jeopardy? You just specifically said, after I do my time, it's done. No, that's double jeopardy at its best. On top of that, you literally here telling me, oh, you're gonna lock me up over some BS that the average quote unquote white person or Caucasian get away with freely. Stuff that's not even a crime. You spit on the ground, oh, you getting locked up. Wow. You grew up, you know, the kid peed, the kid had to pee. Kid was told to go in the corner and pee. Oh, lewd exposure, felony charges. Come on, man. Really? Yo, years and years and years all America could do is show years and years and years of killing humanity. The rest of the world is like, yeah, in history, that's what not black people or African people, this is what humanity in Europe, they're not looking at it as just an American thing. They're looking at it as the whole Europe. It's all connected. Americans say, we're not Europe. It is. Everybody look at it that way. It is. It's Caucasian. I thought Caucasians come from Europe. I thought they come from the Caucasus Mountains. I mean, we're dealing with facts, not with fictions. I mean, we're too intelligent to be trying to sit here and play games. I'm just being real. Telling the government, please, the president, please, stop killing us, folks. Please stop killing humanity. Please. I beg. Yeah. Yeah. Straight talk, man. I'm literally begging. I'm begging. Please. You know, all on the news and social media. All right, you know, some people would think, okay, it's just happening in their town. And then you see social media, they know that it's happening around. And that's what they want to perpetuate and pump and say, it's okay, it's common to do because it's happening everywhere else. Meanwhile, these children, they're looking at this stuff. And they're not going to literally say that this is what's going through their minds. But this is stuff that, you know, other countries is looking at. It's like, wow, this is how they really do in America. This is how they do in Europe. No one ever going to forget this. Want to have, oh, you know, you got some racists who say, okay, we want to have it where we actually got a time in life where we could literally say that we once ruled. We once ruled the land. We once ruled. Impossible. Right now, it look like Asia got you beat. With all the racism and whatnot going on in America. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So tough, huh? Yo. Yeah, but, I mean, that's why Asia, they sitting there like, yeah, you crazy. Like America, wow. The rest of the world is like, wow. The whole 200 and some odd years. Damn, they're 240 years. Europe been getting beat by Asians. It's crazy, but it's reality. Everything we wearing, beat them in everything, whether it be clothes, whether it be technology, everything. When America was actually, even during slavery, they couldn't see the jewels. They couldn't see the jewels that these melanated brothers and sisters was helping them build stuff up and could have elaborated on that. But no, it wasn't elaborated on. You had hillbillies who got control and just wanted to shoot stuff up, shut stuff down. It's crazy. But yet still they want to say, yo, my brother, my sister. Brothers and sisters, y'all don't deal with what we go through every day. Humanity, y'all are our brothers and sisters, but snaking us and shutting us down, every possibility that y'all have is straight whack. It's some sucker stuff. And you know, it was just one hillbilly who said, well, what if the shoe was on the other foot? What if y'all was in control and, you know, y'all put y'all foot in our behinds, huh? How about that? Wouldn't y'all like that? Listen, at the end of the day, I'm going to let you in on a secret for all of you hating hillbillies out there. For the hating hillbillies out there, around the rest of the world, all right, what's the nickname y'all saying? We mixed, huh? Right? Melanated people, we mixed. We mix. Who running shit? We're mixed with Asians. We're mixed with Europeans. We're mixed with all of those races that you guys created in human taxonomy. So in all actuality, while you gunning a monolithic group down, your own people, we still running shit. You know, like I said, Mr. President, the government, please, I'm begging. I mean, this system, man, this system is jacked. It treats humanity inhumanely. You got officers planting drugs and weapons. How do you plant drugs and weapons where you actually have a system where it's, all right, if an officer arrests a black person just because they want to do it, that's typically the case for the most part. So now they arrest them. They beat them up and arrest them. Yeah, you gotta rough them up. Yeah, it makes the job exciting. Right? This is what you do. You know that these African Americans, they can't afford legal counsel. They ain't got no strong defense. This government represent racialism, so it's not like they could actually say, I could depend on the government to, you know, do what's right. And now, you have the officers who fraternal. Now, they fraternally connected to the district attorney, who's also an officer of the law / the quote-unquote courts, who also took that oath. So which the police officer and the district attorney, they both law enforcers. And as an attorney, that district attorney, and you know they got a reputation for being corrupt by the masses. Now, they literally team up together because they under that unified oath. And now, they done came up with some BS, and now you get assigned a free lawyer because they know that you can't defend yourself. You know, and then they say a person who tried to defend themselves in court, it's an animal still. It's not going to happen because it's just falling on deaf ears. Yeah, because surprisingly, a lot of people in the hood are like, the judge is a lawyer. So you have an assigned lawyer who's a court-appointed attorney who took the same bar as the judge, who's an attorney, swore under the same oath. That's fraternal right there. Now, and the DA, who's also an attorney. So wait a minute, you're standing in court and everybody in that court is basically against you. They already know what they're going to do to you. They're going to screw you. And everybody knows that. You can't hide it. Everybody know it. It's facts. It's facts. And it's reality. Deal with it. But this is the thing that gets to me, right? Your attorney is against you. He's telling you to cop out to take a plea. Because what happens is that plea later on turned into a violation. Also, it's used against you. Forget double jeopardy laws. It's used against you to increase whatever charges that they hit you with in the future. So it's like, if you come in contact with a police officer, you better be scared. And it's crazy. It's literally crazy the way that it's, the DA is a lawyer, the judge is a lawyer, the court attorney is a lawyer. They all sound the same oath, and you're standing there, and you're not an attorney. They backed by the government and everything else. Where do you stand in that situation? These people hold your fate. Wow. Right in the palm of their hands. I'm telling you, man, you better take this plea. Or I'm telling you, man, you better take this 5 to 20 because at the end of the day, if you get us upset over lunch, we're going to hit you with an 80-year bid. Who going to say anything? What you think is going to be on the news? Nobody care. Google it. You see, we giving people what we call football numbers. 350 years, 180 years. We do that. That's the American way. Ha ha! Come on, man. That's not what's up. And everything that I'm saying is so true to the T that if you go to anybody and say, did you have a welcome and arrest? Nah, they planted something. They beat me down. They beat me down. They almost killed me. It's just, it hurts my ears. It hurts my head. It's just, it's just like, man. I mean, and you say, is it the officer? Nah, hell no. This happened one too many times. This is a government, man. This is killing someone because the government telling you that's your job. You know what I mean? You ain't got no bodies. You ain't got no promotions. You're irrelevant in the matter. Biggest police force in the world. Is biggest armed force. You're not even police. They armed. The biggest armed forces in the world. And I think for like every black person there's an officer in America. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. You would think that America is building stuff, creating stuff. Like so many different intelligent minds is coming together and putting stuff together. Nah, it's if it ain't white, it ain't right. You take that one to the bank, huh? Don't you be playing with me now. Don't you be playing with me now, boy. And that's crazy because if I was a white person, I would be pissed. Pissed at the fact of how this is going down. Pissed of the nation that I'm living in. And pissed that at the end of the day, what have my country accomplished? Nah. It's not patriotic to kill humanity. Nah. And that's why you have all of them wild kids going through mass shootings, which I'm totally against. I'm totally against it because life is precious. Life is to be lived. Some of the best things in the world came out of lives. And quote unquote black lives in America. Those lives really matter. If you ain't have black lives, you wouldn't have Elvis. If you ain't have black lives, you wouldn't have a whole lot of stuff. You wouldn't have Michael. You wouldn't have a whole lot of stuff, man. I'm just asking you. I'm just asking you. Maybe you could call it venting, woosah. But I'm actually asking, because I'm trying not to cry here, to be honest with you, because it's so serious and it's so deep. And it's like, come on, when is the government gonna say, yo, we gotta get this together? They look at their surrounding colonies or countries or empires or whatever they want to call these Europe nations and say to themselves, yo, dude is definitely on to something. Dude is deep with it. He's on to something. He's definitely on to something. He definitely was on. When you had Malcolm, brother Malcolm, he was on to something. He just was on to something on another plane. Same with Martin Luther King. Same with a lot of these influential politicians. They're on to something. They're about unity. It's cool to say we're united, but it's not cool to be getting gunned down, saying, yeah, we're united, come give me a hug, and stabbing him in the chest or popping a hole in his heart with a gun. These weapons are even getting old and outdated. I mean, and what's going to happen? What's going to happen at the end of the day? Humanity. It's humanity. Oh, we're going to rid the world of all these niggas. Impossible. When those same people who saying we're going to rid the world of all these niggas are niggas. Hillbilly niggers. But, the joint is crazy. You're killing someone because the government allow it. And, I speak to people around the world and they like, yo, yeah, America, they some bullies, they bully the the helpless, they bully the crippled. And they say, oh, we're gonna run a stop bullying campaign. Government is bullying blacks. Been bullying blacks. Quote unquote blacks. They've been bullying us. Officers bullying us. If you could walk around, push this, that, and the third, yet and still, if you didn't have that badge, if you didn't get away with that stuff as an officer of the law, man, 95% of these officers will not walk up to brothers and be trying to do anything on some one-to-one. It's not happening. It's not happening. Kind of like heavyweight boxing. It's not happening. It's not happening. You can rig just about anything, but reality, that's something you can't rig. Word. You want to say, yo, there was a time in the world where in America, they ruled African Americans, and then turn around and say, they ruled humanity in their own country? I mean, most countries, and this is a fact, most countries, they value humanity. In most countries, they want to try to leak stuff here and there, but they value humanity. A lot of the officers aren't allowed to carry a weapon. They're not allowed to carry a weapon, especially arms, guns. Whew. not a third world country. Come on now. You allowing them to carry it and use it? If you didn't mean to kill anyone, then they would be walking around here with dum-dum shots, air pistols. They say, how are we going to be walking around here with air pistols and the real criminals is walking around here with real guns? 85% of them unmarked guns are from forces. Brothers ain't making no guns in the hood. Whatever they get from the hood is given by the government. Brothers and sisters know that for a fact. So it comes a time where you say, yo, are you going to evolve or you just going to flood out? And then when you flood out, by the time the rest of the world evolve, you wasn't part of that. And you out of whack for the rest of humanity. The rest of the world going to be looking, turning a side eye. We know how Americans get down. They not tough. They pick on the hopeless. Yeah. And then they think they're tough about it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what they do. Nah, come on. We got to change all this. Real talk. You know, real talk. Because oh, you don't have the training. You don't have the agility to make a simple arrest. Come on, tough guys. It ain't so tough to be in a uniform and go tackle down a guy 10 times bigger than you. Because you got your gun on the side, and if he decides to even say something back to you, he's gunned down. Nah, that ain't what's up. That ain't what's up at all. This ain't policing. This is what you call genocide. And you know, anybody with common sense, everybody is like, yo, it's genocide. The only idiots who don't realize that is the idiots is doing it. Oh, you know, the government is making it happen. Come on now. 85% of jobs in America, and the Asians is the ones who put me onto this. 85% of even a couple of people in Europe, well, people in Europe, as well experienced, literally told me, well, that's what they call themselves over there in different parts of. But anyway, they say, yo, you know, you got to think about it, man. These guys is, Americans is really reckless with it. They're inhumane society. While they evolving, America is not. You got officers who bring guns and drugs in the hood. You know, it's like these officers, these cats, they didn't have guns and stuff like that back in slavery times. These cats in the hoods didn't have that. Even if everybody in the hood had guns. The bullets, where the bullets coming from? The government, it's all coming from the government. And that's their way of saying, well, we need more and more and more and more and more and more officers. When you got 85% of the jobs here in America surrounding the judicial system. Say it ain't so. America is one big judicial system. That's it. One big judicial system. That means that Europe in itself ain't meant to thrive. Even if they try to catch up at the long wind end of the stick, it's a done deal. What, you gonna go kill a bunch of melanated Asians? There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. Go to the Philippines. Go to North Korea. Check out parts of South Korea. Around the world, you got melanated people. But only in America, you got quote-unquote white people. That's actually Africans who claim that they're quote-unquote white or Caucasian or European. I mean, what I'm saying is facts. Nothing racist. I love all races. I'm a mixture of them. How can I not love it? You know, yo, we gonna set him up to die. We're 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 gonna kill that Negro, that black piece of trash. We're gonna limit him. Let's deal with facts, man. You got officers who bringing guns and drugs in the hood, man. But they're fraternal. So what they do depicts their fraternal brotherhood, right? Oh no, that was just that individual. Oh no, that was just that. It's not isolated events if it's going on a regular basis. and it's being allowed. That's crazy. That's fraternal. They promote gang violence. If that's the case, if they fraternity, what is a fraternity? It's a gang, for the most part. You know, you can see it however you want to see it. Unification. Well, in that sense, they're a gang. And the crazy thing about it is, with that gang, 95% of the time, they here with their gang members. It's not like they home with their families on a regular basis. That's why, if you actually look it up online or social sites, you'll literally see that their relationships don't last too long. They children issues, a whole lot of stuff. Because in all actuality, how could you take pride in killing humanity? So you're gonna say, what was I? I was a cop. Yeah, I was a proud cop. I was ball busting, taking out the bad guys with mass incarceration. Out of the majority of people you arrested, who did you arrest? Oh, it was black guys. Come on, B. You sound like an idiot. And then when you die, you realize, I was an idiot. I was a fool. I was a freaking fool. Psst. Yo, this country done went in a real bad state, man. I was real stupid, man. And then while on the force, so you basically saying we're fraternal, so you part of that bringing drugs and guns in the hood, planting them on people, making up false stories and stuff like that. Oh, cause you fraternal, quote unquote. Oh, the promotion of gang violence. Yeah, we got millionaires backing us. Millionaires backing you. The average officer is getting paid damn near $100,000 a year. Whew. Yo, it's costly shooting cats and put them in jail. Yo, this country know how to blow some money, boy. I tell you, on stupid stuff. Where if they was evolving stuff, this country would be on some, we'll be having cab drivers fly. Every apartment will basically have balconies on it so that you can have takeout or mail flown directly to your balcony. You know, that's the type of stuff we could have been on. We could have been working on by now. We would have found multiple planets that we could have been living on. You know, and if you don't want to be around humanity, you could have been in your own little planet looking at yourself stupid. But it's crazy when you have officers claiming they're fraternal and they promoting gang violence and they down with all of these other different type of cliques. You got officers, you know, who make fake backup calls, false backup calls. Oh, a crime is over here on Crenshaw Street. A crime is over here on, on 40th. Yeah, on DeKalb Ave. Yeah. Come on, B. Really? Oh, we found him. He was dead. He was shot probably by a guy. He looked like he was dead like 10 hours ago. Yeah, nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. He was shooting. Look, he was shooting. Was it just shots to his? You was undercover. He thought you was a gang member trying to get at him? Yo, it's crazy. Yo, but it's just facts. It's facts. You got the fake code. You got the alternate. Man, listen, you got altered videos. So it's like, yeah, they got on body cams, but they could alter that. Like, and then when you complain about them, you're complaining to them because their group that you call to, you're complaining to them. That's why nothing really gets done. Because it's like, they complaining, this is what we want anyway. So at the end of the day, your complaints is falling on deaf ears. It's just crazy. It's really crazy, man. It's crazy. You got officers who actually believe they're in the armed forces. They believe they're in the armed forces, and it's crazy. They like, man, I gotta, within this 5-year period, I gotta kill a nigga. I gotta kill a nigga. Oh yeah, oh my gosh, I just saw a porno. Oh my gosh, and that guy had his BBC up in my Becky. Oh my gosh, I gotta take him out. I can't afford to have any of those mixed nigga kids. Oh my freaking gosh, oh my freaking gosh. But facts is what it is, man. It is what it is. You got, officers who believe they're in the army on some white supremacy stuff. And that's crazy. You're my fraternal co-worker, but you're my comrade also. 21 gun salute if, and he died in the line of duty. He died in the line of duty. In the line of duty, a lot of that time, it don't be no line of duty. That be some straight up BS, man. Yo, tell that to the officers who went down. Oh, wow, well, how many officers you guys have? An officer down means y'all killing brothers? Could it have been another officer killing that brother on some friendly fire? Oh, no. It's kind of like one of those hillbillies who literally scream out, rape! That was happening a whole lot back in the days. A whole bunch of false rapes from hoes. Hillbilly hoes saying, he raped me. Damn, Becky, you done been had by everybody on the football team. You've been a certified hoe. He raped me. How many claims of rape you got, girl? You done put about half a motherfucking team of niggas in jail. And that's how it be. That's how it be, man. And they minds is, kill off these deplorable, quote unquote, deplorable. That's our politician, presidency. Deplorable blacks are the enemies in Americas. In the Americas. And as police officers, our government makes sure we get that scum off the street. As you always hear in social media, the officers saying it's just echoes and echoes and echoes. Now, is this all officers? Nah. This is a whole lot of them, though. That's crazy. We're going to get them off these streets one way or another. And that's crazy. That's crazy. So the president and government, I beg you, please, stop killing blacks. Stop killing humanity. Stop killing African Americans. Stop killing genetics. Stop killing the future. And like my man say, peace.